Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SoFlo Soccer Channel. My name is Matt. Inter Miami tie to Palmeiras 2-2 in the last group stage game of the Club World Cup. There are so many emotions that are going through me right now, both positive and negative. Like, quite literally, I was so excited. I was so happy to come back home, do this post-game reaction for you guys, talk about how amazing the game was, how amazing we played, and I'm going to talk about that stuff, but it's just so disappointing that we didn't walk away top of this group, and we ended up conceding 2 goals in 7 minutes between the 80th and 87th minute of this game. I have positives. I have a lot of positives to say about this game. I'm not going to lie to you. I have a lot of good things to say about this game. I have a little bit of negatives, and honestly, the negatives, I'm just going to state the negatives. At like, literally, I only have like 2 negative things to say, probably. Before we get into it, I'm going to get to the chat because a lot of you, I know it's late for a lot of you guys. Luca says, I need to get to work. We'll watch the episode later. It's 6 a.m. in Slovenia. Let's go, Miami. It's not over yet, but yeah, I'm pissed so much, too. Luca also says, happy birthday, Messi. PSG versus Inter Miami. Messi's taking revenge against PSG in France for disrespecting him. Free kick winner incoming. Giovanni says, serious question. How much money does Inter Miami make by going to the knockout? I believe it's $19 million. You can fact check me, but I'm like 99% sure it's $19 million. It's like around that area, maybe 20 million. Oh, Luca even answers it. Between 19 to 21 million plus 1 to 2 million for drawing this game before. I think they said they already won 5 million in 2 games. Yeah, I believe they won like 3 mil for the win and then like 1 mil for the draw. I think it was something like that. Man, I called a 2-2 yesterday. Dude, I called a 2-1 win. I called a 2-1 win yesterday. I almost had it right. And honestly, I'm disappointed in the way we tied. I'm not disappointed in the fact that we are through to the round of 16. Inter Miami are through to the Sweet 16 of the 2025 Club World Cup. That is a massive achievement. That is a massive accomplishment. We should be extremely, extremely happy and proud of this team, of the fact that we've made it to the knockout rounds of this tournament. Knockout rounds that consists of PSG, knockout rounds that consist of Botafogo, of Man City. Like, this is like honestly amazing. I'm going to take a look at right now at who are the other teams that made it to the knockout rounds because I was working all day today and then I literally had the last second opportunity to go to this game. Shout out to Messi and co. Where are the... I'm just going to pull it up on freaking FootMob. What's it called? So yeah, no, we should be extremely, extremely happy, proud, and excited to be playing in the round of 16. Because nobody would have ever thought this was going to happen. Flamengo qualified, Palmeiras qualified. What's there? Botafogo qualified. PSG, yeah. So we still have a lot of other games to go. I'll say the negatives first before I continue with the rest of the stream on being positive energy. Like I said, I have very few negative things to say. And I just want to point out the one negative thing that I just didn't like about the game. And it wasn't even the game itself, but it was just the last 10 minutes. It was like the last 10, 15 minutes of the game. We made subs. We brought on Benja. We brought on Fafa. We brought on Jordi Alba, Baltasar. The first time we've seen Baltasar since his debut way back when, a couple of months ago, where he played like 8 minutes. We saw, and that's it. We saw 4 subs. Jordi, Baltasar, Benja, and Fafa. Yeah, and Fafa. So, and the subs made 0 impact in this game. Benja was a little off. Baltasar looked I mean, like I can't really judge Baltasar because he hasn't played a minute of football this whole season, or he's played like probably a total of 10 minutes of football this season. Um, Jordi did the best that he could. Fabico really couldn't do anything. We were exhausted. Inter Miami were exhausted. We were dead. We were absolutely dead in the second half. Probably around the 60th minute. I mean, even in bits in the first half, I was able to tell that Delasco Segovia was not 100%. Delasco Segovia was not 100%. He was so tired in this game. He played so fatigued, and it really, really showed in the second half. But even in the first half, I saw tidbits of it. Delasco Segovia, unfortunately, was just so tired. Chelo Engant had his moments. He had negative moments, but he had some positive moments. He was so tired as well, man. He was making sprints. He was running up and down. He was caught out of position sometimes, maybe one or two or three times. He did make like one or two tackles that I can remember off the top of my head, but he was so dead. Redondo, I thought he did well. He was so dead at the end, like at the end of the game. I think Noah Allen was kind of dead. He was very fatigued at the end. We just had a lot of players who were super, super, super tired, and it cost us because when we thought the substitutions like Benja, like Fafa, would come in the 870th, 80, whatever minute they came in, you thought they would make an impact. You thought, okay, these guys are going to bring more, now even more intensity. They're going to bring the fight. They're going to bring some fresh legs onto the field. And that's not what happened at all. It was honestly the exact opposite of what happened. We just looked worse. We looked honestly, and that's not me trying to be disrespectful, but we went down a gear, if that makes sense, with the substitutions. And I'm not putting blame on the substitutions. I don't want to put specific blame on anybody. Um, I just it shocked me that there wasn't we couldn't maintain our level of performance even after we made subs. Palmeiras benched a lot of their good players like Vitor Roque, like Allen, like Paulinho, like Mauricio. They benched all of them. And when they benched all of those guys, I was like, whoa. And then they came on and made the difference. Paulinho at the end of the day made the difference, scoring the winning goal, I believe. I don't know if it was the winning goal or the first goal. I can't remember. And it sucked. It was just those last 15 minutes really, really sucked for us. And we paid the price. We conceded two. We tied it. And that's the negative that I have to say about this game. I'm going to see what you guys say about this before I move on to the positives, because I think there is a lot of positives that we can take from this game for sure. But let me see what you guys have to say here in the chat. Giovanni says, I think there's so much upside beyond this game. There are more eyeballs. Now more eyeballs are going to be on Miami player-wise, and new talent will really want uh, to join this team and become part of this project. I do agree on that. This definitely puts a lot of eyes on us because the Brazilian teams in this competition have really been playing well. They've been playing very, very well in this competition, and the fact that an MLS team like I guess like Inter Miami, who has a lot of talent um, and big superstar names, are able to compete with them, I think it's a good sign. We are also the only successful MLS team in this competition. The only ones that got a win in this competition. The only MLS team that has gone through to the knockout round. So there's a lot of positives to take out from a broader perspective. Luis Enrique and Mascherano are good friends. They will stop at 3 goal difference. I really hope we don't get embarrassed by PSG, bro. I really, really, really hope we don't get embarrassed by PSG. It's a success despite the draw, says Brad. Unfortunately, we don't have the depth. The backline was totally dead. 1,000% agree with you, Brad. Casado says, today we saw the lineups not enough for the tournament. Like this, salary cap is killing everything. Edward says, it is only me. Is it only me that had PTSD when we were leading 2-0 in mid-80 and somehow we still draw 2-2 just based on what happened? Argentina versus... Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That is very, very, very true. Fafa break. How he not score, ball bounce from him like a wood wall. Oscar says Fafa disappointed me, to be honest. Yeah, that's a funny ass profile picture. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, and I'm not a Fafa hater. I don't want to be a Fafa hater, and I don't claim to be that person. But it was a little bit disappointing. But we can't also put too much criticism on Fafa because, to be honest, I feel like he doesn't get any game time. So that was like, I don't know, the very limited amount of times that we've seen Fafa. I'm gonna open this bag of Cheez-Its, by the way. I have to snack on something. Um, it was just the very few times that we've seen Fafa, and we can't. I think it's very unrealistic for us to expect something from him with the very limited amount of minutes that he's gotten already. It's actually really good. It's Cheez-It snapped. Really good. Not sponsored. Um. So yeah. So one more Cheez-It. Okay. That was the negative. Hold on. I'm gonna fix my camera real quick. Hold on. Okay. So now I could stop like being like going in and out. Um. What was I gonna say? Okay, let's move on to the positives. That was the negative. I think it's fair. I think the negative is fair. I think it's a fair, like a very valid, um, way to feel because it is true, and that's not me coming at the players. It's just a very disappointing way to draw a game. Um, for the positives though, well, let's take a look at the lineup here. Let's let's take a look at the lineup. I think there are some pretty good positives to take from this game. Bang. Okay, let's look at this. So here it is. The lineup is essentially the same thing from last time out, except we have actually no, it's the same thing, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same exact lineup except for Redondo starting over Benja, and then essentially that's it. And then obviously Chelo coming in for the injured Frey. Um, I thought defensively. Actually, let me start with the offense, bro. I'm gonna switch it up. I normally start with the defense. Let me start with the offense because what Messi can do, what Messi can still do at this point in his career. Happy birthday to Messi again. Just turned 29 today, or as of today, as of Tuesday. It's currently 12 a.m. Here in the East Coast in South Florida. Um, it's just unbelievable what this guy can do. What Messi can do, his ball, seeing it live again from a broader angle. Like I'm gonna show you guys. I'll probably upload some clips. I've already uploaded some footage on the Messi and Co. Twitter account. But from my angle, from my perspective, like the field is so big, and from what he can see at that level, like at the surface level on the pitch, like he sees things that nobody in the stadium can see in terms of space, in terms of runs in behind, the way he controls the ball, like no matter in what angle, what position he's in, however, if he's off foot, like off footed, lose off balance, like stuff like that, like it's just insane. Um, it's just absolutely insane. Luis Suarez, I thought had a fantastic game. Luis Suarez had a fantastic game today. He was everywhere. He was dropping deep. He was making runs. He was pressuring. He made passes. He ended up scoring. Luis Suarez, he got an assist as well. He assisted in the first goal with Ashinde when he hit the ball off of his chest. That is something that only Luis Suarez can do because his intelligence, his his vision, his the ability to anticipate, to predict, to put the ball where it needs to be for Ashinde to go and make that run. Um, he played a phenomenal game, and a lot of people are hating on. People have been hating on Suarez since day one, even when he plays good games. People hate on Suarez, and I come in here and I back this guy and I defend this guy because it is Luis Suarez is a fantastic player. He's been one of the best strikers um ever He's one of the best strikers ever. He's been a fantastic striker for us. He is playing consistent 90 minutes. Well, this he came off a little bit early in this game, but he's been playing consistent minutes day in and day out, and he still gives us his 100%. And today he gave us his 110% with the goal and an assist. And he was fantastic, and nobody can say otherwise. Nobody can say that Luis Suarez didn't run. Nobody can say that Luis Suarez has bad knees, that he can't score, that he didn't score, that he didn't get involved, that he wasn't dropping. Like he can't say anything because Luis Suarez had a fantastic game, and we're just gonna put that to rest, and we had to say it. At Ascende and Redondo both had fantastic games. I thought Ashende brought real physicality. I thought he brought real speed. I thought he brought just something different, something that Fafa couldn't bring, something that Benja doesn't really bring. I really, really liked Ashende. He kind of messed up. I believe it was in the second half. He could have made it three. He couldn't put it away. It was just unfortunate. Um, I really, really liked how Ashinde played out wide there. This is honestly, this is probably the first time I'm praising Redondo on a game on like a full 90 minutes or like the whole time that he's played. He had some really good moments. He had really, really, really good moments on the ball, off the ball, shielding, one-on-ones. I thought like this was probably the best game that I personally have seen Redondo play for this team. And that could have been just me watching it from a different angle because, like I said, I had a really good view. Like I sat from like the top section. It was like section 300. It was all the way at the top, and I was able to see the whole field. So, and that's not what I'm used to at Chase Stadium, at the Inter Miami Stadium, because I'm behind the goal and I'm like pretty low to the ground. So, but I was able to get a really good view and look at the field at Redondo, and I thought he played very, very well up until he was getting tired, and obviously he got injured, and then he had to come off. I thought Busi did it. I thought Busi did well. He really makes the midfield look so small. Like he makes it look so small. Like it was a big field, man. It's a big ass field, and he makes it look so small. Which is a good thing. I mean that in a compliment, as a compliment. Like he just really locks it down, and it's very impressive when you have such a wide pitch. I mean, it looked pretty wide. It looked pretty big. Um, when you have such a big pitch and have a big field, and he makes it look so narrow because he's everywhere. Like he's literally everywhere. He's on the left side. He's on the right side. He pushes up. He drops deep. This guy's insane. Absolutely everywhere. I talked about Delasco. I didn't like Delasco in this game. Um, I personally believe, and I think it wasn't just because of. I think it was just because of, like I said, fatigue. He was tired. He wasn't 100% for this game, and I think not that he was forced, but he was kind of forced to play this game, and it shows because not just him, but a lot of our players are very, very fatigued and very, very tired. And the fact that we were able to get the front foot in this game and be a pretty, I don't want to say dominant team, but we were a very competitive team in this game. And doing so and being that fatigued, I think is insanely, insanely impressive, and something that we have to give props to Inter Miami for. Noah Allen, let me just talk about the defense in general. I thought the defense was really good in that first half. The one negative that I have to say about the defense, and I'm gonna go full screen on this one. The one negative that I have to say about the defense is the fact that we are very, very slow. Like we are very, very sluggish when it comes to passing around the back. Ustari passing it to Maxi, passing it to Noah, passing like it's very, very slow. And the only way that we can move forward and we can progress up the field is that we give the ball to Messi or to Busi, and then we let the Barca boys connect. But and this is not me taking shots at anybody, right? This is not me taking shots at Noah. This is not me taking shots at Maxi, Aviles. But they can't progress the ball forward. Like they couldn't, at least. They could not in this game. We kept getting stuck. We looked very sluggish, and we just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Palmeiras was able to take advantage of that. So, that's the one negative that I have about the defense. But other than that, we made good tackles. We made good saves. We were able to lock them down for the majority of the game. And it was just that last bit where we just couldn't hold on. which is unfortunate. But look, at the end, excuse me. Look, oh my god, I got a fucking cheese. It's stuck in my throat. At the end of the day, we did tie. We should not be upset about this at all. We should not be upset. Yes, I said some negatives, but that just because some things didn't go our way doesn't mean that we should be upset or we should be mad about this result and mad about the situation that we're currently in. Guys, Inter Miami are in the round of 16 of the Club World Cup. We're in the round of 16. We're going to be facing PSG. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Inter Miami could have gone toe-to-toe with Palmeiras, toe-to-toe, beat Porto, went toe-to-toe with ALL. People predicted us, a lot of us had expectations of not even making out the group stage. And now we're in the round of 16 playing PSG. This is an amazing achievement for Inter Miami. This is a historic day for the Herons. And we should all be proud. We should all be excited for Sunday when we do face PSG midday. I know I am excited. I know I'm proud of our boys. And even though, like I said, I'm disappointed in the way that we tied, when you take a step back, all we can do is just be happy and be proud that we're in this situation, that we're in this scenario, that we're in the round of 16, and now we can prove ourselves, and or not prove ourselves, but now we can have the opportunity to compete against a big European team in PSG, the champions of Europe, PSG, a PSG team that Messi used to play for, a PSG team with Luis Enrique as a head coach, who coached Messi, who coached Suarez, who coached Busi, who coached Jordi, who was good friends with Mascherano, who's good friends with all the Barca guys. A PSG team with extremely crazy talent. Extremely crazy talent. And now we have the chance to play them. We have the chance to play them and be competitive and really make a name for ourselves in this round of 16. So I appreciate you guys for listening to me yap for about 20 minutes. We're going to probably cut it here because it's late. Everybody has to go to bed. Everybody has work in the morning. And I think that I had to say what I had to say. I'm very happy. I'm very proud of this team. And I can't wait to see them play against PSG on Sunday in the round of 16. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this live stream. If you guys have enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you're watching this after the live stream, I appreciate you. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts, your opinions on the game, your opinions on Inter Miami, and did I say make sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the time that I do go live. So if you're not watching this when I'm live, make sure you don't miss it the next time. It's very fun. Normally around here, not when it's like 12:30 in the morning. It's very fun. We get pretty active in the chat. We have fun discussions. And yeah, it's always a good time. So I appreciate you guys' support. I'll see you guys on Saturday for the preview, and then on Sunday for the post-game reaction. I'll see you then, boys. Vamos, Miami. ¿Qué mira, bobo? Anda para allá, bobo.